Happy New Year. It's the first day of 2024. And every year for New Year's, I post a video about what I'm going to do for that year, what my resolutions are going to be, what my goals are going to be. And one thing I love about having those things in my news feed is that I look back at these videos that I make and I talk about my goals. And when I see that I've reached some of my goals, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel accomplished. Like, this is what I set out to do, and this is what I did. The fact of the matter is, I only reach a portion of the goals that I set out. There are a lot of goals that I've set that I've not yet reached. And I tend to be incredibly ambitious, and I dream big and I think big and I work towards those things. But what I need help with is trying to refine a system that's going to help me get to that goal. I think goals are really important and everyone should set some goal. But more importantly, they need to create some type of system that's going to get them to that goal. I often reference a quote. It says, "A goal without a plan is just a wish." Now, luckily, last year I was introduced to this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. And this is when I first saw this book, I kind of hesitated because I was like, I kind of get it, Atomic Habits. And when I hear atomic, I think like atomic bomb. I think an explosion of habits. So I kind of felt like I got the gist of it. But after finishing reading it, I realized that atomic means small. So what the book references is how to make your habits small and digestible and achievable. And I put it to a test. One goal that's very common for the new year is someone that will say, I want to lose weight. That's one of my goals too. I want to lose weight. I want to lose 30 pounds. But something that's more measurable and more tangible is saying something like, I want to increase my physical activity. Because increasing physical activity is actually measurable. For instance, I carry my cell phone around everywhere I go. I'm one of those people that is addicted to my cell phones. I'm always on my cell phone. But that cell phone has a pedometer and it measures the amount of steps that I have every single day. Now, let's say, for instance, I average 4,000 to 6,000 steps a day. Well, a good tangible goal may be, I want to reach 10,000 steps per day. Well, this is exactly what I did 8 weeks ago, and it's been working. And the way I hold myself accountable is me, my wife, and my friend Beatrice have been sending screenshots of our steps every single day to each other. And what we do is at the end of the week, we tally up who took the most steps. And whoever took the least amount of steps has to send the person who took the most amount of steps $15. And the natural competitor in me wanted to win. I didn't win every single week, but it did cause me, I won in some ways because it forced me out of my comfort zone and it made me walk. One of those days I walked 20 miles just to make sure I won. And this is something I would not have done if I didn't have the accountability of the people around me. So I created a system, and in fact, this morning I woke up, the first thing I did this morning was I took a 1 mile walk because I just want to kind of get a jump on things. And I already increased my goal by 2,400 steps just in 20 minutes. And everyone can carve out 20 minutes in their day. Now that's the thing. It's about creating a system of accountability and creating some type of system and routine that I can accomplish day in and day out. For instance, every week I know that I'm going to take my trash out Tuesdays and Thursdays, because if I don't, the trash man's going to come, I'm going to miss it, and the trash is going to pile on to the next week. So because I'm held accountable, I have that routine where I take out my trash each week. So for 2024, what I decided to do was I took a list of my goals and said, how can I break these goals into smaller, digestible pieces? Now, here are a couple of my goals for this year. One of my goals is to increase social media awareness. Well, here's the thing, I'll be honest. Last year, I failed at it. I made a video where I said I was going to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And that did not happen. I increased it by 300 people, but I'm 9,700 subscribers short of reaching that goal. And it's quite frankly because I didn't have a system that was going to force me to make YouTube videos. It wasn't going to force me to do these things. I spent a lot of time working in my business and not on my business. Now, I'll talk a little bit about that. What that means is working in my business is when I'm out there taking photos or videos for my clients, and I want to spend a lot of time making sure that I have a great product for them. but I also have to spend an equal amount of time working on the business. Now that can mean like updating the website, updating my social media presence, and curating that digital storefront that I have. But I don't really spend a lot of time on that. Sometimes I spend working on like creating this the tax structure, or trying to balance the financials. Now I have to create some type of system that's going to allow me to do both, working in the business and working on the business. So this is why I'm making this video today. This is part of my accountability process. So now for every Monday, I want to make this my meeting day. So I'm going to be looking on the past, present, and future. So I want to reflect on what worked well the previous week and what didn't work well. What adjustments do I need to make, and what am I planning for the future? Now, I do have a 4-year anniversary coming up, and I do have different things I want to do with the studio, but I need to break it down to smaller digestible pieces. So for this week, for instance, I'm going to be working on talking about my podcast system here at the studio. So podcasting is now going to be available at Verax Studio, and I want to, and we've actually started this last year. Over a year ago, we started the podcasting, but we haven't really publicly announced it. We haven't really told everyone about the availability of podcasting in the studio. But as the popularity of podcasting increases, we want to make sure that people understand that they can come down to the studio and record their podcast and get their message out to the world, because a lot of people don't want to go out and spend thousands of dollars on podcasting equipment, and sometimes they don't have that. But I want to give them a chance to kind of get their message out to the world, and I need to be working towards advertising that to the public. So that's what I'm going to be focused on. So that may come in working on the website or producing a video that talks a little bit about what we have available here at the studio, but that's going to be the main focus for this week. Next week, I'll kind of reevaluate to see how well that went, and I may be focusing on another goal, whether it's preparing for my 4-year anniversary, whether it's preparing for a workshop, or any of the other goals. I'm going to try to break down all my goals into small, digestible habits and creating a system that's going to allow me to achieve them quickly. Now, if you want to help me reach that goal of reaching 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and increasing my social media presence, simply go to youtube.com/Verax Studio, hit the subscribe button, send it to a friend and have them subscribe, and I'll get one more person closer towards my goal. So thank you guys. So if you're able to do that and help out, great. And hopefully this message will maybe inspire somebody to create a system that's going to help them work towards their own individual goals for the new year. Thank you guys so much.